I don't know how to really intro this one today, so welcome everybody to a special Halloween episode. We're your hosts, Brian and Steph, and we're here to give you an extra episode. Steph, how are you doing?
I am all ready to go. Happy Halloween out there. It has been quite the spooky season here on Popcorn and Possibilities, and we are excited to wrap it up with more of a classic than maybe some of the others we've watched over
Yeah,
the last couple of weeks. So thanks for tuning in. Brian, how about you? How's it going? What's new?
same old, same old. Just in a good mood today. I don't know, I was blasting some good tunes, not
There
really
you
wanting to
go.
work. The
I
coffee was
mean,
hitting at the right time.
yeah. And
But yeah,
sometimes a good playlist or like good music helps get you through the workday. It makes it go faster. It helps kind of give you that push that you need. So that's good. Who are you
yeah.
listening to?
I was going back. I was on Skrillex for a little bit. A
Oh,
guy Porter
good choice.
Robinson was heavy
We love
today.
Porter Robinson.
And then I ended it off with a little sleep token.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Good
Yeah.
picks. Good picks.
But yeah, we're ending on a lighter tone. It's I feel like it's become so popular is Hocus Pocus. It
Yes.
did bomb in the theaters, but it's just the power of nostalgia, and I think shoving this movie on Disney Channel a bunch really ramped it
Propelled
up.
it. Yeah. It's so interesting. I feel like a lot of horror movies start out that way. Or at least historically they have. I feel like in more recent years, things are coming out of the gate very strong and just kind of staying there. But a lot of the older, I won't even just say horror, I'll say Halloween themed television movies, things did not rate super well. And
Mhm.
now they've all been elevated to cult classic status, or like you said, they're just so nostalgic for so many people that
Yeah.
they really have exponentially grown in popularity from when they came out. It's really interesting to watch that phenomenon go on.
It is, and it's just like you just never know what's going to take off
Right.
because, like, I don't think that I think what didn't help was that this movie came out in July. Like, nobody's really
Yeah.
focused on like a Halloween movie in
Whose
July.
idea was that?
I I don't know,
May
somebody in the
okay.
'90s, but
The only thing I could think is that back in the 90s, there were way fewer, like, were simultaneously releasing for home and in theater. So,
mhm,
really, if you think about it from a, I want this on VHS, or I don't even think there
true,
was DVD at the time. If you think about it from a release schedule standpoint, they were
it would
probably
take
like,
that
if
long.
we want a theatrical release, it has to come out in the summer so that we can be selling it to be watched at home or airing it on a pay-per-view type channel for home watching by Halloween. Um, but I don't know, man. Get people to the theaters
Right.
for Halloween instead. You probably would have made out a lot better.
It's
Shoot.
funny to think of how long it used to take to come out on, like, first VHS and then DVD. Now it feels like, I mean, you're already seeing movies in the theaters for a week or two, and then they're already streaming on Amazon Prime. So,
Right.
but yeah, it definitely didn't do it justice. I always get it confused with the other one.
Halloween Town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another classic. Another Disney Channel classic.
Right, right. But yeah, so this is definitely a cult classic, fan favorite. Not for me, but I don't attack me. I just want to get it out in the open that I am not the
Well, I
biggest
have
fan.
to ask, did you watch it a lot growing up? Like, were you a fan of it as a kid?
No, not really. I don't know. It didn't hit for me back then.
So
I
I
loved
have
the Disney
heard
Channel movies, but yeah, this didn't do it.
I have actually heard feedback similar to that throughout my life about The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is, I don't know if I want to call it one of my favorite animated Halloween or Christmas movies because you really can bucket it under both, which is part of its whole appeal. But
True.
I find that if you didn't start liking that at a younger age. I'm not even saying like when it came out, but if that wasn't something you watched growing up, I feel like you may appreciate it as an adult, but I don't think it hits the same way if you're
No.
trying to get into it in your adult years versus your, childhood or young adolescent or adult years. It just for some reason, some movies don't hit the same.
Yeah.
And maybe
And I
maybe that's the case with this.
Yeah, and it's the same thing for with me for The Nightmare Before Christmas. Like I I get why people like it. I think the characters are cool. I just I it doesn't do it for me. I don't know. And not to offend any of the Burton heads or whatever, but I just it just didn't I don't know. It's not one of my favorites. Hocus Pocus though, like I don't like I remember seeing it as a kid, but I don't know, it just feels different now. I don't know if it's just because like we have the internet, so it's like everywhere and merchandise is everywhere. I mean, Target and Spirit Halloween, there's all these
Spirit
like
Halloween.
decorations
Yep.
for it.
Yep.
So,
Yep. For me, Hocus Pocus will always be a classic. I think there's something so charming about it. Um, I mean, we can just start right off by saying
yeah.
Bette Midler as Winnie is an absolute icon.
Mhm.
Absolute icon. Arguably, without her, I don't think the movie would hit the same for me.
Mhm.
There's something about the way they still talk like they're from, you know, many, many centuries ago. There's something about the way Bette Midler carries herself. The fact that they let her sing and kind of have a theatrical presence, which she was very well known for in her prime.
Mhm.
It's just all so appealing. And I think the costuming of the Sanderson sisters is iconic and fabulous. And every time I see, a trio dressed up that way for Halloween, or I see people emulating that as a costume, I'm always like, nice, good choice, because there's whimsy to the
Yeah.
movie. And for me, I think that's why it's something I'm always gravitating to around Halloween time. Halloween Town is the same way,
Mhm.
as an aside, but you know, in the era of Hocus Pocus and Halloween movies geared towards younger audiences in that time,
Mhm.
I feel like it was less about like having a monster or a
Trying to scare
big
you.
bad or something. Right. It was
Yeah.
really about capturing the whimsy of what Halloween is all about. And, they kind of show you a little bit of everything in this movie. They show you people out doing mischief on Halloween and like kind of being able to get away with being a little bratty, a little rowdy, where
Yeah.
normally somebody probably would have intervened and been like, knock it off, don't do that. You get to see a lot of the excitement around, going trick or treating and decorations around Halloween and costumes and even that bizarre party that the parents went to at
Yeah.
City Hall or wherever it
Unhinged
was.
parents.
Beyond unhinged. Like,
That
maybe the worst
mom was on
parents
drugs.
captured on film. Oh,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Like, were you on a
Um,
spell or not? Because you were acting the same exact way the entire time. So,
yeah, yeah. But for me, that's the whole fun of the movie is that it really kept like, there's a zombie, there's a black cat, there's all of these classic witches. I mean, classic Halloween lore that
yeah.
they incorporate throughout the movie that just makes it really fun. But I do think what you led with is spot on. I do think there's a lot of nostalgia for people who grew up with it. And now,
100%.
what was it, last year or the year before the second one came out? So now there's a whole new generation of people getting into it. So
I think it's already 3 years ago. Yeah,
stop
because it was
it.
like
No.
2022. Yeah. And they're making a third one for all you people excited about this movie.
See,
Congrats.
that's a little bit much for me. I don't, because the movie, and there were no loose ends. They
No.
tied up I don't really know what we're
Well, the book
continuing.
winked.
That that's true. The book woke up, so I guess that's a fair point. Um,
Do you think though it was the theatrics that like the theater kind of aspect of the witches that got you mostly into the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Because like that's what I'm like. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I'm not the biggest like theater person. So and Jill's the same way. So like, and she loves this movie. So you know,
I was a theater kid through and through. I don't think that part of me will ever die. And I
mm,
mean, we've learned this about me. I love musicals. I love musical theater. I love musical to movie adaptations, even if it's just
mm.
to like watch them for funsies a little bit.
Right,
But
right.
I think that gives charm to the
Hmm.
movie in a way that modern Halloween movies don't really do anymore. And maybe
Yeah,
this is because I
that's a
don't
big
watch
point.
many like kid Halloween movies anymore, but
Right.
I just feel like that whole magic and god, spirit of Halloween for lack of a better way to say it, I
Hmm.
think you don't see that as much today as you did in the past. And that's why at least for me, that's why I cling to it because there's something just so fun about it, you know?
Yeah, and you had said it before where it brings like it brings the other side of what Halloween is because so many people have it glued to like horror movies and being creepy and all this stuff, but then there's like the whole like innocent side of it is like when you're a kid and you just like want to dress up as like I don't know, SpongeBob or a Power Ranger or whatever and just
Right,
go out and
right.
get candy and like have fun. And even the movie references it. Like doesn't which one, like one of the sisters say, like, look at these kids, they're just like having fun on this day,
Yeah.
like, what's going on? So I like that aspect, and I agree. They don't really make. I mean, I don't pay enough attention either, but I don't really see like the Halloween movies as much. Like, you
Yeah.
remember Boy Meets World with the Scream episode?
Yep. Absolutely, I do. That used to be very big too.
Hmm. Good promotion.
Sitcoms, I guess, they would always have I will never forget, uh, Family Matters
Oh, I don't
Halloween
know if I saw that
episode
one.
with the oh my goodness, they had a puppet version of Steve Urkel, and it was
That's
the most
creepy.
I was terrified of it. It reminded me of, like, a Goosebumps episode.
Okay.
And it was just for I was very young when I saw it, obviously, but it was very creepy.
Mm.
Um, yeah. Ugh. And it ran the gamut. Like some tried to go really creepy with it, some went very like goofy and silly instead. But I used to
Hmm.
look forward to those when I was watching those types of
Right, the
programs
Halloween
growing
special.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't really see that anymore. Or at
You
least
definitely
nothing that
don't.
I'm watching, you know?
No, no, no. Um, I did have some fun facts for this movie.
Yeah, let's do
So I
it.
think these were the best out of all the movies we've watched for horror season, but uh Rosie O'Donnell almost got the part as one of the sisters. It was, I believe,
Was it
Mary.
Kathy Najimy's character?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
But
makes
she
sense.
didn't like that they ate kids. Like, okay. That's a little dark, but I mean it's true, but
It's
uh
100% true, but this is a story about witches, like
yeah. I don't know.
okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio was offered the role of Max, but
Max?
he
Oh, I could
declined.
so see that.
Yeah, he declined because he wanted to star in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. So,
Another solid movie.
movie.
Depressing as anything, but a great film.
Mhm.
He was
Uh,
amazing in that movie too. Outstanding.
I don't think
Poor Leo.
I definitely haven't seen it.
He was in a lot of very sad ones early in his career, but What's Eating Gilbert Grape is one of those that after you watch it, you need to just sit for a minute and take in what you've just experienced and seen. But every single person that acted in that movie, because that also stars Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Um, Depp and DiCaprio were phenomenal in it. And I said like, oh, poor Leo, because he probably should have won an Oscar for that, but it took him so many years
Oh
to
my god,
actually
so many
win, and
movies.
countless nominations, but took him forever to win one. Um, I don't even know, full disclosure, I don't remember if he was nominated for that. I just remember it's considered one of his breakout roles into acting because it was one of his earlier um acting credits, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But I could totally see him. I literally, when you said that, I pictured him as Max, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it. I don't blame him either for going to What's Eating
Oh,
Gilbert
no, no,
Grape.
no.
So,
Sure.
uh, Sarah Jessica Parker discovered her 10th great grandmother, Esther Elwell, was accused of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials, which I don't even know how you could go that far, but
How do you anyway,
yeah,
okay.
again.
Did she feel like a personal connection to the story because of it?
And yet, in an interview, she said, "I don't remember much about filming that movie." So, I don't know what to say
To
about that.
say, I have to say, watching this movie as an adult,
Careful. No, not good.
no, I'm not going to say anything
No,
controversial
no,
here.
no.
I just I don't understand what purpose her character served in the grand scheme. Really, I don't know what
Right.
anybody other than Bette Midler did of the sisters, other than kind of like follow her around and, pump her up as being just so great. But Sarah Jessica Parker's character in particular,
Is useless as fuck.
yeah, she's like eating bugs. She's
Kisses the
not
random
really,
guy at the
yeah,
dance.
I don't know. Her character is confusing to me. Especially so watching it from an adult perspective,
Yeah.
she's like the supposed to be like the attractive
I was gonna
eye
say,
candy type character of the trio, but this was made for kids. So
but
I
I think that's
really,
what like kids wanted. Like kids want like, oh, like look at how pretty she is. She's like the pretty
I
witch.
guess,
So I
I
kind
guess.
of because even like my niece who's in like second grade, she loves her character,
All
and
right, fair enough. I just got to say, when she sings that song at the end and she's trying to like ensorcel all
that
of the little kids, I was like, what are we doing here?
thirst trap.
Yeah. It felt a little, just a touch out of place for me in a kids movie, but
That I agree with. And you said it yesterday, and I think you nailed it, where that's like, that was for the dads out there because
yeah.
it didn't make sense. Uh,
And it feels completely out of nowhere.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's not like her power throughout the movie is she sings and she's able to put people under a spell or something.
hmm
Literally, it comes out of absolute nowhere. And I don't I mean, sure.
I
You know
mean, the
what?
other thing
Sure.
though is like the whole the running joke of the virginity was like a lot for me. Like what? Like
That too.
I don't. That was like one thing. As I was rewatching it yesterday, I'm like, I like. Okay, the first time, maybe I'll give you the second time, but then like, then the guy who pretends to be the cop, like that was just a weird scene. I don't know what that was
That
for.
is yes, that is a weird scene as well. I I one of the things that was nostalgic but not in a positive way for me was
hmm
getting to relive how truly terrible kids can be
Oh
at
yeah.
that age, like middle school and high school.
Mm.
They're just straight up mean. It's it was rough to see some of the scenes where like they were picking on Max or they were picking on Danny or whatever the case because like if you were that kid that
Yeah.
went through that and got teased like that,
Right.
that just brought back a flood of like PTSD of being that age and having to deal with those types of interactions, which were just so brutal to try to navigate, especially when you're young too. We weren't all born these emotionally intelligent and logical and rational beings that could compartmentalize somebody picking on you for being a virgin or, for being a big baby or for being ugly or whatever it was that you were getting picked on for
Mm.
at those ages. But oh my god, even those two idiots that pick on Max and they steal his shoes and everything.
What a
Those were
random thing.
extreme examples, but
Yeah.
still, people go through that. It's bullying like that is very real at that age.
I mean, those
Um,
kids were dorks themselves.
oh
Like,
my god, awful.
ice? Come
You big
on.
oinker.
Oinker. Oh, man. Some of those words I miss.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
oinker. Not oinker, but.
But that I think so looking at why this movie still resonates with so many people as much as it does, outside of the fun of Halloween and the nostalgia, there for a young audience, there are a lot of relatable things. So there's like navigating bullying and then coming out as the underdog on top.
Yeah.
There's first love and having a crush and building up the courage to give someone your phone number and, go on an adventure with them because I wouldn't say that Allison and Max went on a date necessarily, but they were together the whole night of Halloween. They kind of went through everything together.
Hmm.
Um, and then there's kind of this sibling dynamic between Danny and Max that exists where it's like they hate each other one second, they love each other the next second. Um, they just moved. So they're trying to adjust to a new place and kind of find themselves and get comfortable where they are. So if I think about when I was somewhere between the age of, let's call it 7 and 12,
Yeah.
some elements of that are things that I would have been like, oh, I know what that feels like, or I can relate to that. So that I think is another reason it does so well and continues to stay relevant because they kind of weaved in these things that are still alive and well for young people growing up
Hmm.
today, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. LA to Salem is quite a move. Like,
Oh
what?
my
How did you
God.
end up in Salem?
And they never tell you. Like, I don't think it was mom or dad's job because they are absolutely clueless about
No.
anything going on.
Yeah.
His shoes got stolen in an act of protest. I still can't get over that.
Yeah, like what?
Like, you wouldn't ask, son, what happened to the brand new shoes I just bought you?
Right. Right. They
It's
clearly
so
come from
odd.
money.
Right, right.
But Winnie's like plan, like you could have had all those kids that were coming to your place and then went after them. You could have lived.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So, I also have the animatronic cat that was used for Thackeray Binks.
Binks!
Thackeray.
I
Terrible
really,
fucking name.
I can't get behind Thackeray. I can't do it.
Thackeray!
I love that they just started calling the cat Binks because I absolutely would have done the same thing.
Exactly.
I would have been like,
This is
hell no, I am
stupid.
not calling this cat Thackeray. It's not happening.
So, the animatronic cat that was used for Binks was the same used for the cat in Sabrina, the Teenage
Sabrina,
Witch.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
That's
was that
awesome.
was cool. I like that.
That is very cool.
Um,
That is very cool.
the house that the Dennison's family used in the film was later used in the house where Thora Birch's character lived in the movie American Beauty, which is kind of
Oh,
crazy too.
wow. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Hmm.
Huh.
And the last thing I have was the scene. So like after they set the witches on fire, and then they're like running through like the park. There's like a fountain.
Okay.
So that's the same fountain that's used in the opening credits of the Friends show,
Oh,
which is
funny.
another one. Yeah.
That
So
is crazy.
those were my fun facts for the day on this movie.
Those are actually some super fun ones.
Right?
Sometimes our fun facts are more just like trivia, but
Yeah.
those were
Yeah.
all pretty
Exactly.
fun.
All right. So why don't we get into? Do you have anything else you wanted to throw into that movie, or I mean?
It was a very cozy way to wrap up our spooky season watches because
Mhm.
while it isn't overly spooky, I feel like it just captures Halloween and a lot of the, sentiment and the fun of Halloween. So, I'm very glad that that's where we're ending for
Mhm.
this chapter for
Yeah.
spooky season.
I think it's like
And
the
I guess
fantasy of Halloween is like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess do we rate?
Yeah, we can rate. I didn't throw it in before because we kind of just jumped in, but Rotten Tomatoes has it at 41%.
Oh my
Yikes.
god.
Yeah. The popcorn score has it at 72.
All right,
It's
that
bailing them
sounds
out.
more accurate. Yeah.
Metacritic is 43. User is 7.1. And IMDb is 6.9 out of 10. So that's kind of a little all over the place, but.
Well, I think it goes to show that critically bomb,
Mhm.
but in the hearts and minds of viewers and fans, it will always be well regarded because
Yeah.
it seems like all of the audience scores are pretty calibrated somewhere in that 7 or
Right.
70-ish range, and the critics are like, "No,
Fuck
this was
this
not
movie.
it." Yeah.
Well, I was reading the main problem they had was like the pacing of the movie, and they felt like the witches were too theatrical.
No, that was their whole shtick. See, that didn't bother. I do agree that the pacing was a little like this is a
Off.
short movie that feels longer than it is.
Hmm.
Um and I find that when you try to do movies that all take place in one night, it's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to be really well paced and it's going to feel like, yeah, this was over the course of a night, or it's going to drag because you're like, oh my God, this night would have ended 3 times already if this was reality.
Right, right.
um,
Yeah, because even
so
it was
I
when it
could
got
see
from
that.
like 2 to like 6 a.m., that was like a weird. Like it was like 2 to 5, and then like 5 to 6 took 6 hours to
Yeah,
finish.
yeah, yeah.
So, ratings wise, what do you got?
I mean, this has to be a clear sky for me personally. It's a Halloween classic for me. I've seen it countless times, and will probably continue to watch it as the years go on. So, and it is something. If people are like, I don't know what to watch for Halloween, I'm like, oh, did you do a Hocus Pocus watch yet? So it is something I actively will recommend to people or
Okay.
suggest they rewatch. So
Mhm.
I can't rate it anything else. It goes against our whole rating thing.
For the sake of the fans, I will give it a cloudy, but personally, it's a
Speak your truth.
little it's a little more on the overcast side for me.
Brian's on team Metacritic for this one.
Yeah. No, I love you fans. If you love the movie, by all means, it's just does not do it for me. But let's get into some fun topics here because it
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean, it
Halloween
is
episode.
Halloween. Right.
Yeah. We skipped over it a couple of weeks ago. We were going to try to get into some and then we just got off chatting a little bit, but all right. So, let's start it off with candy cuz trick or treating was a good chunk of your life. I'll just say it at that. I don't want to say half. I don't want to say less than half of your life. I don't want to make it sound old, so for a chunk of your life, your childhood, you collected
For the
candy on
kids and the
Halloween.
kids at heart.
Yes, exactly. So, give me some top candy for you that you love to get.
Okay. I love Reese's, obviously, peanut butter
Mhm.
cups.
Mhm.
Milky Way,
Interesting.
specifically fun size, the little teeny tiny one, Milky Way Midnights with the dark chocolate.
Ah, okay.
I I cannot be left alone in a room with like a bag of those because the bag will be gone. Um, and then from a not chocolate candy, I love like a Swedish fish.
Okay. Okay.
Um, because sometimes you just need a little something fruity in your life, like not so
Not
heavy
chocolate.
as a
Yeah.
chocolate, but something a little more gummy or chewy or fruity or whatever. So those are probably my top 3 picks. There are plenty of other candies that if you put them in front of me, I will eat them.
Right.
Um, Really, for Halloween, though, I am typically not a reach for a piece of candy person. I used to be,
Mhm.
but I'm not. I don't. I'd rather eat like chips or a pretzel or something salty if I want a snack now. But on Halloween, like if I buy candy for the house, I try to at least have one of those in the candy bowl so that when inevitably we end up with leftovers, there's a little something for me in
Yeah,
there.
right. I agree. You got to get the candy you'll eat
Mhm.
because you just never know.
You almost never get enough trick-or-treaters. Last year, I got to the point where when the last couple of kids were coming, I was just dumping. I'm like, "Please, do not leave me with all this candy, please."
Take one.
Yeah.
No, take the whole fucking
Well,
bag.
the kids that trick or treat in my neighborhood are wildly polite. Like if you go to
Okay,
the
that's
door and
good.
you hold the bowl out for them, they literally will take one teeny they'll take like a Tootsie Roll. And I'm like, "No. Handful. Whole handful." Last year, I guess the parents came to the door with their young child who was trick or treating, and
Mhm.
the dad leaned in. He's like, "Can dad have a piece?" I'm like, "You can take as much as you'd like, please. I don't want to get stuck with it." Um, but that's always my strat in the event I do have leftovers because typically I'm going to have some
Mhm.
degree of stuff that doesn't get taken. I always make sure at least one candy that I really love is around so that if I want, a little treat yourself moment, I have something
Nice.
I like.
Okay. Okay,
What
I
your
respect those.
favorites?
Well, number one has to be Reese's all day, every day. I used to love Butterfingers. I don't so much
Okay.
now because just like it gets stuck in your teeth and all that. you know, just kind of
Yeah.
ruins your day. Kit Kat is definitely up there.
Okay.
Chocolate. And they come in a combo bag, so that's what I get when I give out candy.
Well,
But
the Reese's Kit Kat, yes, the elite.
yes,
That is the elite
exactly.
combo. Uh-huh.
I appreciate a little bit of the almond joy,
Okay.
little coconut, little chocolate,
Or
little almond.
do you also like mounds? Or is it only almond joy?
I'll eat them. I
Okay.
didn't. I used to not, but I'll eat them now. I've grown to appreciate dark chocolate. It's like sounds like I'm an
That's
old
fair.
man, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I dislike any kind of black licorice flavor. Like
Oh,
the
me
Good
too.
and Plenty is the worst candy.
The
Whenever I got
worst.
that, I gave it to my mom because it was
Me too.
terrible.
Me
It's such a
too.
bad. That's the
And I
candy
feel
of a
like that
boomer.
is a mom approved candy. Like
Mhm.
most moms, they get down with a little good and plenty. Um,
Boomers love
but I
black
I agree with
licorice.
you.
Yeah,
I hate black licorice.
yeah. If we're going like I don't know, candy, Starburst, little two in the bag. Maybe a hot take, but I think lemon's the best flavor of a Starburst. I will not.
Wow.
I think you're kind of basic if you like the strawberry, but that's just me.
Ouch, Brian.
No, I used to love pink, and this could. I'm sorry if this is a gross story, but I had a loose tooth, and it pulled my tooth when I had the
Oh,
pink Starburst, and it ruined the flavor for me.
I could see
Uh,
that.
so I am lemon all the way, and then second is the orange. So if
You know what? I do have to agree with you. I think lemon and orange are criminally underrated.
hmm
Um, I think they're both fantastic. I've always liked the orange a lot.
it's
It
good.
has a nice balance of sweet and tart at the same time,
I agree.
but I here's the thing about me, if you put a Starburst in front of me, I'm probably just gonna eat it, like, regardless of what color it is, I'm going to enjoy
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, cherry is not bad. It's just not my. I feel like the aftertaste of cherry.
Sometimes yes, sometimes the
Yeah.
artificial cherry flavor has an aftertaste, exactly like you just said, and
Mhm.
I love the red Starburst, so I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't, but I have experienced that with fake cherry flavor before,
Right.
where some things, like a cherry Coke, does
Mhm.
not bother me at all, don't even notice it. But I'm trying to think of there are certain cherry candies out there that it
It's
I
just
don't
not.
know, there's just something about it that's not pleasant.
You know what I miss that I can't really find is like the tropical ones, like the tropical starburst.
Those in the
That
blue,
was
like, packaging?
underrated.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, those
god,
were
yeah.
great. Amazing.
So Starburst, if you ever want to sponsor us, we're here for you. But um, I do like Swedish Fish. I'll give you that. The Haribo gummy bears.
Though,
That's
yeah,
also another
I used to
solid
love
one.
those. Mm-hmm.
Underrated. I used to think. Now I'm not so big on it. But I feel like it was. I don't know for you, but in my neighborhood, if you got a flavored Tootsie Roll, it was like gold in my house because everybody's like, "Oh shit, you got like a lime flavored Tootsie
You
Roll?"
got
Or
a vanilla Tootsie
yeah,
Roll? Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that would be my underrated. Now, maybe properly rated. I don't know. Because I had it like I found a bag recently, and I was like, "Oh, whatever, I'll get it." And I was like, "No, no, never mind."
Are you a fan of like saltwater taffy?
Kind of. It's not my favorite.
So I feel like the flavored Tootsie Rolls are like the gateway candy to saltwater taffy. And then once you try to go back to the flavored Tootsie Rolls, you're like, oh my lord, these are horrible.
I don't know. My dad loves saltwater taffy. He would like go to Ocean City just to have it. I'm like, like it's crack. Like, calm down, dude. Like, it's just taffy. It's not that big a deal.
I
But
feel like if you're a saltwater taffy person, you are a saltwater taffy person. And I always thought it was fine. Like some flavors are very good and
uh-huh.
some taste like nothing.
No, my
And
aunts and uncles would be like, "You got saltwater taffy? Oh my god, saltwater taffy? Oh my god." It was
were
like
you
fucking White
vacationing?
Castle burgers. Like, what are we doing? Like, yes, this is just a thing now. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I just whenever I think of the flavor Tootsie Roll, I'm like, "Oh, those are the ones that taste like taffy."
Laffy Taffy stinks. Ugh, the banana flavor makes me want to gag. It's fucking
So, I
disgusting.
used to love Laffy Taffy. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that is an artificial cherry flavor that
Yes, 100%.
ugh, most of their flavors are so fake tasting,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
I'm not shitting on fake flavoring, like, sometimes that's what you
Sometimes it
want. Like,
hits. Yeah.
do I really think that the blue raspberry Sour Patch Kid is naturally no. But
Have you ever
something
even seen a
about
blue raspberry?
I've not.
Like,
No,
are
I
they
have
even
to
real?
say, I've only seen a red one. But when I think about that artificial to the point that like it leaves a strange aftertaste in your mouth
Right.
when you're done with it,
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy is one of the first things that come to mind because the cherry was the worst for me, but it was really all of them.
Mm.
Like grape, green apple,
Yeah.
strawberry. I'm convinced that some people grew up thinking they didn't like bananas because they had banana Laffy Taffy and were like, "What the helly is this?"
It
No.
tastes nothing like a banana.
No, not
It's
even close.
terrible.
Well, I think about most do you remember runts? Did you eat runts when you were
Yes.
younger?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
banana runt was the same way. I
Oh.
was like, "Who flavored this and thought to themselves, it evokes banana?" Because it absolutely have you never eaten a banana in your life?
But I
It
will
tastes
say
like
I
what a
did like
banana
how
looks like. I don't know what else to say.
I, I weirdly liked that flavor.
Really?
Not to
Well,
say
now
I'm
I'm
like,
confused.
not to
I
confuse
thought
you in the audience, but I
thought
don't
you
know.
didn't like artificial banana.
Banana Laffy Taffy sucks, but the banana run, I used to literally save those until the end because all the other flavors in the runts were so bitter, I like couldn't do it. Like the
Yeah,
lime and it was like
runts
almost
were
like a big.
very
It was a gateway drug to a warhead, essentially.
runts were such a weird those and juji fruits. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. Like you want to talk about stuff that ruins your day by getting stuck in your teeth? Oh,
Dots,
oh,
dots too. That was
awful.
another one. So my family used to be obsessed with saltwater taffy, fucking dots, and like Twizzlers. I used to love Twizzlers. Now I cannot stand the taste of Twizzlers. Black, red, it's just ugh. I don't
Do you
want it.
know what were the worst Twizzlers? And this might be controversial. The rainbow ones. The
Yeah.
texture on those for I don't know what was different in that recipe, but there was something very off to me about, like, the mouthfeel, for
Mm.
lack of a better term. We're getting fancy here on Popcorn and Possibilities tonight. We're
It's a
discussing the
huge
mouthfeel of Twizzlers.
candy breakdowns here.
Oh, god.
Fucking saltwater taffy, man.
Yeah, we just went into the weeds with some that and what were the other ones? You said dots already. What were the candy buttons? Do you remember the candy buttons?
Oh, that were on the paper?
Yeah.
Um, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the
Those were
name.
always fascinating to me because people would like hate on Smarties and sweet tarts and Necco wafer. Necco wafers are awful. Let's just get that out of the way. But they would love the candy buttons, and I'm like, it's the same thing though. Or at least to me, it tasted like the same thing. I don't know. They
It
had
didn't
like
give
no
enough
flavor.
to me. Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes,
didn't give
exactly,
enough of a
exactly.
flavor. Yeah, warheads was like another big thing for like our generation for sure. Um,
Are you a strong kid or are you a
yeah.
weakling who can't handle a warhead?
Are you throwing it in a cup of water until the sourness dissolves?
I used to literally sit there and practice getting through a warhead
Yeah,
without
so
making a
did
face
I.
so that I could look like the tough guy in the cafeteria.
Like,
And
don't
then
you
do you
do it.
all right, so this is we'll move off candy because for some reason this is evoking a lot of memories. But do you
Okay.
remember when Skittles came out with sour Skittles in the green
Oh,
bag?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So one day I bought a bag of sour Skittles at like the school store in middle school to walk home and munch on while I was walking home. And instead of eating the Skittle like a normal human being, I sucked on them first and then I would chew them. The damage I did to the surface of my tongue and the roof of my mouth was so bad that I like couldn't taste anything for a week.
Mm.
It was so brutal, and I don't think I ever touched a sour Skittle after that. Still to this day, I don't think I've had one. It
The same thing
oh my
happened to me.
god.
It destroyed the whole side of my mouth. It was like
Yeah!
all cuts. So, I mean, those things are like, aren't they like cancerous enough with like all the chemicals in it? God only
Probably.
knows what was in the sour ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Haichu, I was like, it was in the back of my mind. Those are the ones I do still. I don't mind the Haichu
Haichu
candies.
is good. Yeah, I like Haichu too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Haichu and
Now and
Airheads.
Later. Do you remember Now and Later? They were like
Now,
hard chew that were gonna rip your teeth out of your gums.
also just like a
Ugh.
depressing, like not the flavor stunk, and you're like, how could you go wrong with strawberry? How do you fuck it up?
They
But
did.
all right, so we'll move on. Like you said, how about a favorite costume? Did you have one, whether it was a kid or maybe last year, anything?
So I'm gonna paint with a broad brush here because there have been a couple, but I love doing group costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the years, my friends and I, um, many Halloweens, we coordinated. We did Mario one year.
That's awesome.
Um, yeah, we did the cast of Adventure Time one year. We did the cast of Bob's Burgers another year. So, picking some relevant pop culture item or media item and
Mm-hmm.
then theming a whole group of people costumed it based on that theme. I've always found that to be a lot of fun because it gets a lot of people involved. You kind of get a lot of different characters that, you either grew up loving or you're very into at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, Halloween is always about the fun of it all and like people coming together. And I've always thought costumes were one of the most fun things about Halloween. So being able to do something on a larger scale and themed like that has always stood out as some of my favorite costumes that I've ever worn or been a part of.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, what about you?
I've always like wanted to do something like that. I think my favorite is just kind of a classic. I was like 5 years old, and my mom and my sister painted like on a cardboard box, just like Thomas the Tank Engine's like head and like the whole front of his engine. And I don't know, it was just like I still have it. I could definitely take a
Oh, that's
picture
awesome.
and post, but as a group, the only thing I've done is in high school we dressed up all as bananas, like me and my friends, and like the school teachers were like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is there like 18 bananas in here?" But I do like seeing the creativity that people have and seeing like what they can come up with. I mean, it's one thing to like buy a costume and there's nothing wrong with that, but like the people that really like put the time and effort to like design it is
Yeah.
like it's awesome to see.
And there some people get like very, very into it and they are very DIY savvy or sewing
Yeah.
savvy or just very creative, like you said. And the handmade or like the do it yourself costumes, I agree with you, always are more striking to me than the one that you can go buy at Spirit Halloween or Party City or, well, not Party City anymore, I guess.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sad. I just
R.I.P.
remembered they went out of business.
I know. So
um,
sad. But
but you know what I mean.
yeah.
Someplace you could buy it.
Yeah. Did you have like a favorite Halloween activity? Was it just like trick or treating or?
So as a kid, yeah, trick or treating was probably the highlight for me.
Hmm.
When we did like pumpkin carving in my house,
Right.
uh, like I wasn't allowed to use a knife and carve the pumpkin because I was little.
Right.
So watching my dad carve the jack-o'-lanterns and then putting candles in them and putting them around the house, that was always like the kickoff of Halloween for me growing up.
Okay.
Um, but now, modern day Halloween, exactly what we just did is my favorite part about Halloween. It's like marathoning horror movies on the weekends,
Hmm.
um, and just really embracing that aspect of Halloween. Um,
Hmm.
I find it to be so, and even though I watch like the same movies every year, with some change ups peppered in, it's what I look forward to the most. Like I look forward to hitting the end of September or early October and putting The Shining on because that's usually what I use to kick off spooky season. Um, so that those are the highlights for me, like from past and present. What about what do you have a favorite?
I don't know if I'd have a favorite. I mean, I do miss like the fun of trick or treating and just like seeing how much candy you get and like all the different kinds and whatnot. Um, I've like done like the Halloween parties where you do like the bobbing for apples, which I'm like this would not fly now. But
I have
um,
never bobbed for an apple. It has never seemed appealing to me.
yeah, it wasn't appealing then, and it's not appealing now. um, I thought the one fun thing was like when you put your hand through and you had to like guess what it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I thought
yeah,
that was like
sure.
a fun thing. Um, I'm starting to get more into it now with like my daughter getting older, so it's you know just wanting to do more jack o' lanterns and stuff. Um, and yeah, I do the same thing of usually like starting October 1st, I'll watch like a horror movie a night.
Yeah,
But we've also watched a bunch so far, so
yeah, true.
kicked it off early. But all right, let's get it since we're talking on movies. Let's start first with out of the movies we watched for this current season of the podcast, what's your favorite of the bunch?
It's such a hard question because we
So while you
handpicked
think of
all
it,
of these.
yeah, we
Do you have a
have
favorite? You go first because I'm
okay.
struggling. Oh,
You're
and yes,
struggling.
to recap, let's
To
go through what
recap,
we watched. Go ahead.
so we watched The Sixth Sense, we watched Scream, we watched Blair Witch Project, From Dusk Till Dawn, and then we finished it off with Hocus Pocus. So as much as I love Scream, I have to say that Blair Witch Project was my favorite of the watches. Just holding it off for so long, thinking like, oh, it's probably like a stupid movie and it probably doesn't hold up, to like going in and watching it and seeing the ending, just being like, holy shit, that was not what I was
Yeah.
expecting. It really kind of surprised me. It's definitely one I would love to rewatch. So, and it's definitely on my list now. So I'm gonna go with Blair Witch.
I'm torn between Blair Witch and The Sixth Sense. Um,
I I feel like I can't even allow you to pick anything but The Sixth
I
Sense.
know, it has to be The Sixth. It really does, because I was going to say, in terms of what I've seen the most and what I'm most likely to, because the thing about The Sixth Sense for me is that I don't even necessarily have to be in a scary movie mood to want
Yeah,
to watch it, because it spans across genres, as we
yeah.
talked about. So everybody, we know I'm obsessed with that movie. We know it's one of my favorites. So yes, I'm gonna go with The Sixth Sense.
Not to force your hand, but I just think,
No,
yeah,
you're right.
you
You're
hype
right.
it
You're
up enough.
100% right. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
All
M. Night
right. So now,
Shyamalan, if you would like to ever be a guest, if you wanna tell your
yeah,
story,
yeah, we'd love to
here
hear your
at
story.
Popcorn and Possibilities, we love your stuff. So if you
Check
ever wanna
us
chat, you
out.
let us know.
We'll even early watch your movie and hype you up. Do you have a favorite? Let's go classic horror movie
Favorite classic. I probably
or a top one. It doesn't have to be your favorite.
so I'll throw 2, because one is like
Mm-hmm.
a slasher and one is more of a psychological. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with The Shining,
Okay.
Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and John Carpenter's Halloween, the 1978 Halloween. A very close second to Halloween for that type of
Mm-hmm.
movie would be John Carpenter's The Thing. I love John Carpenter when
I
it
have to
comes to
see
classic
that.
horror.
Yeah.
Oh, The Thing is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. But I mentioned The Shining earlier. There's just something about Jack Nicholson's acting in that movie, and Shelley
Yeah, he's
Duvall,
so
and
good.
just the whole concept is just so cool and creepy.
Hmm.
Um, and
The
as I
maze at
mentioned,
the end too. Just
yes, yes.
yeah.
That's what I always use to kick off um Halloween horror movies and spooky season personally,
Yeah.
so I would be remiss if I didn't include that on my list. And I also watch Halloween every single Halloween. So, your favorite
The
classic
classics,
is?
or do you ever like go back into like,
No.
no, just the classic
I watched
Halloween?
not even the classics, I watched the first one, the
Okay.
1978 original Halloween,
I think
and
the
I've
only one
seen all of the follow-ups. I've seen the H2Os of the world, I've seen
that's
the
the
Rob
only one I
Zombie
haven't seen it.
installations. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're all fine. They're fine, but nothing beats the original for me.
Okay.
What about you?
See, I don't know. I want to say Alien, but
Oh,
y
what a good choice.
yeah, as far as like classic, I know like some people consider it more sci-fi, but I don't know. I still think it's like horror aspect.
It's
It's just
sci-fi
space
horror.
horror. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. No,
Uh,
that is a fantastic pick.
I just like love the twist in it. So,
Yeah,
um, I guess like a close second, and I liked Rosemary's Baby. That one I've seen more
that's a great movie.
recently, and again, I had the same feeling that I had for like Blair Witch Project, where I'm like, this movie's fucking old. I don't fucking care. It probably sucks. And by the end, I was like, this is like, I don't know. It's like creepy. It makes me uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, it's super, super unsettling for sure. That's a great pick too.
Yeah. So those would be my two. And then like obviously, if you were going slasher, Scream. But did you see the Fear Street on Netflix?
I did. I did.
I liked those.
I did
I really
too.
wasn't expecting it to
Neither
be
was I. I
good,
thought they were gonna
but
be trash,
I
actually.
think I thought they were pretty fun. So that's like something I would say underrated maybe,
Oh
if
yeah,
you're not expecting
definitely.
something, but um overrated for sure. I'm gonna take us back to the archive episode
Oh
of She
god.
Dies Tomorrow.
Oh my
I
god. How
That
could you bring that up? Oh,
is the most it's overrated, and I say that because if you're asking, is a movie that came out in 2020, it was one of the first movies when me and Steph were trying to start this podcast. We decided to go down the neon rabbit hole.
yeah, we were very
So,
into Studio Neon earlier this
yeah.
year.
So, we watched it because it was rated 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. These are the same fucking people that rated Hocus Pocus a
A
41
40. Yeah, criminal.
and gave this movie an 84. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was horrific.
It's not
Cruelly bad.
scary.
Nope.
It's just so bad. It's not scary. It's not good.
It's
The story
poorly
sucks.
lit, the audio is awful half the time, you don't know what the hell's going on, the acting was strange, the plot is non-existent, it
The
just a
dialogue's
mess.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh my god,
There's like a
it's
5
a
to 10
train wreck.
minutes of like talking about dolphins having sex. I'll never forget it because it's just
No,
burned
me
in
either.
my brain now. But yeah, that would be my pick for overrated because of how highly it's rated. I
Oh
even
yeah.
asked ChatGPT to give me like a list of 150 horror movies, and it's like ranked like 85, which I'm like, why? What is so good about this movie? I'd love to know.
Yeah. It was
It's on
bad.
Tubi if
Very
you
bad.
dare to watch it,
Yeah,
but
it's free on Tubi, if you really wanna check it out, go nuts, but I don't recommend. That was our first Black Clouds. That's when we decided Black Clouds needed to be a rating because
yeah.
we needed something more diabolical than cloudy or
Yeah.
stormy.
Stormy, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it was just so bad.
It was oh,
But
yeah.
what do you got for underrated maybe or an overrated?
I have an underrated,
Okay.
overrated. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna paint with a broad brush for overrated. I'm gonna make a statement about what
Okay.
I feel about overrated horror, and then I will give you my underrated. Um, I think today we have so many. Finally, we have some unique and creative horror movies coming out. We have well acted horror movies. We have big name directors doing horror movies. But I think, unfortunately, we're falling into a trap where every horror movie that comes out that isn't either one, part of a pre existing franchise, or two, a reboot of something, or three, not even a theatrical release, like something that goes right to a streaming platform. They are all being declared like the scariest movie you'll see in a decade, or,
Yeah.
a brilliant piece of film. And they're good. Don't get me wrong. These are good movies we're talking about. But some of them are falling into the pitfall of getting way overhyped to the point that by the time I see it, I'm like, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
it was good, but
Yeah.
it wasn't great. There are certainly things I rank above this, even things that came out in the last year. Um, so, and I'm not going to throw any one movie out there because I don't think it's any one movie in particular. I just feel like because horror is suddenly being taken seriously because we have some really great stuff coming out in that genre, we're falling into the super hype train mode where some things are getting hyped to a point that it's almost ruining the movie when you sit down to watch it because the bar is just set so incredibly high. And
Yeah.
especially if you're someone who watches a lot of horror,
Mhm.
maybe they don't quite hit the same mark for you, and that can make it feel insanely overrated.
Yeah.
Um for underrated, I am going to go with, have you seen The Secret Window with Johnny Depp and John Turturro and
Yes.
Maria Bello?
A long time
Me
ago.
and
Yeah.
like 10 other people love that movie. Critically, it was not well received, and I'm pretty sure it is not incredibly highly rated across the board. I think it's like mid at best.
Yeah.
But I was obsessed with that movie when it came out. I still, if it is on, I will sit down and watch it, and
Mhm.
that is where I will be until the movie is over. Um And I know that's not like horror horror, it's more psychological horror drama, but
Mhm.
in my mind, that movie always got so much hate, and I never understood it because I really loved it. Um, so that's gonna get my vote for underrated.
Okay. Strangers is like one that still spooked me out for
The
sure.
original Strangers,
Yeah, I never
oh,
saw the
yeah, me
sequel,
too.
but yeah, just like when they're standing outside and it's like, oh god. Even the ending when there's just like no music, it's just and they know like they've lost, like they're going to die. Like it's just I don't know, creepy.
Yeah. I I think that whole movie from beginning to end is just so haunting because it feels like something that could really happen.
Mhm.
And those tend to scare me in a way different way than like The Ring or Halloween or something that very clearly is meant to be a fictional horror movie to scare you. A home invasion could happen to anybody. Um and for the part in the ending that always gets me is when Liv Tyler asks like, "Why are you doing this?" And you can't even see the person's face because 'cause they're all unmasked, and they go, "Because you were home."
Yeah, which is
Oh,
great. Yeah.
oh, it's
Mhm.
it's so chilling. It is so thoroughly frightening for
Yes.
that to be somebody's logic after everything they put this poor couple through. So I totally agree with you there. That one is hard for me to watch. Like, I love
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
difficult for me to sit through because it just leaves you feeling so unsettled throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was throwing it out there because if you're like looking for something like that, it's definitely a good watch.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as like you were saying with the overrated stuff, I think it's depends on like the horror you like and what you're looking for. Like
Yeah, for
for
sure.
me, it's tough for me to get into like a lot of the I guess quote unquote like B-rated horror. Like this whole trend right now with like the Disney things going like losing what did they lose like the patent or whatever it is? Like
Oh,
they
the
made the
copyright ended or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So like I know there's like the Mouse movie. I watched the first Winnie the Pooh movie and it is so bad. It's just like it's not even fun. Like it's not even a fun slasher. Like it's just like
Yeah.
what is happening? There's like one scene with Piglet and he's like walking into the pool super slow and the person like trying to get away is like barely moving and I'm like you could have gotten away, like this is not even believable.
Step
I don't
in
know.
your step.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I sent it to you today with the Pinocchio one now is in the works and you're like
Yeah.
is it the
Enough.
voice? Yeah. What is it? The voice of Freddy Krueger is doing
Robert
Jiminy
Englund,
Crick?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is super that is pretty freaking cool, but again, who is asking for this?
Yeah, exactly. What about a current horror movie that you would we could say recommend if it's easier than saying favorite?
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Hereditary. That is the horror movie that has impacted me the most of all the ones I've seen in the last, call it 10 years.
Mhm.
Again, my girl Toni Collette is in it. We know how I feel about Toni
Tony
Collette,
Tony.
but there's something so it I have it's another one with a lot of dealing with grief and coping and anger and possession. I don't know. There are so many things going on that just stick with you and they make you feel uncomfortable and
Mhm.
unsettled. And the fact that it was as well acted as it was, I think really propels it to the top of my list. I have said before, in the world of your Ari Asters, your Robert Eggers, what's his Osgood Perkins is really
Right,
coming
right.
up in the horror world. We've got some like top tier horror directing and writing going on right now. But Hereditary has kind of held that crown for me since it came out in recent years, and it has not been dethroned yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched it again, I think last year, like as a rewatch, and I forgot about the daughter, and I was like, holy fuck, this
Mhm.
is brutal. Yeah, I would say on the A24 train, I would say Talk to Me is definitely up there for me.
Yeah, it's another great one.
Midsommar is like another one, just
Yes.
because of
Yes.
how it like
Yes.
kind of flips. It's like you keep waiting and waiting for
Yeah.
like when's the shit happening? When is it all gonna go
Yep.
crazy?
Yep.
So
Well, and
yeah.
we have said before, and I agree with you, really A20 if A24 stamp is on it in the horror space,
Hmm.
I'm absolutely going to line up to see it because there hasn't been a horror movie that's come out of A24 that I haven't enjoyed. Um, and I agree with you. Talk to Me was fantastic. Bring Her Back came out this year. I loved it. Um, Midsummer,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing. And Hereditary was under A24 as well. So, just
The
really,
Witch.
really, really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah. The Witch 2 is also, right? A24?
Oh, The Witch. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Another solid one.
all right. So let's wrap this up here with how about like a favorite monster or creature or killer? What do you got?
Okay. So this might have some recency bias attached to it.
Okay.
But if we're going favorite, like big bad villain killer, I'm gonna have to give it to Art the Clown from Terrifier.
Okay. Okay.
Art the Clown, and I hate clowns. I hate
Yeah.
them. But something about Art, he brings a certain panache to the
Okay.
way he carries himself and the way he mimes out his feelings, and he's funny, genuinely funny. Um David Howard Thornton is a genius in the way he portrays him, and when you talk about watching horrible things happen to people, but, like, make it camp and make it kind of fun too, the
Right.
Terrifier, Damien Leone is a genius for the way he kind of crafted these movies, and I I don't wanna misspeak here, but at the very least, the 1st and 2nd ones were, like, crowd-funded projects. Um, so I the fans want what they want, and I certainly am part of that fan base. I love Art. I think he's fantastic.
Is it done now or are they doing
Nope,
another
one
one?
more. There's one
One
more.
more.
It's coming out this year. I think this is slated to be the last one, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's like four in total? Okay. I've only seen the first one. Uh didn't do much for me, but you had said the second one is a little bit better or a little bit more
Well, they only get more brutal as the time
yeah,
goes
as it
on.
goes on.
Yeah. Um But Art just has, like I just said, he's got such personality. And allegedly, this next installment is going to be his origin story and his backstory. And I
Oh,
am
okay.
very intrigued to learn
That's
all about
interesting.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What
Uh,
about you?
I think for killer wise, Jigsaw, I would say
Okay.
because I just like yeah. Like I love the whole concept of the games and then kind of like fucking over the people that were like greedy or
Not
like
good people.
pieces of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go classic, I gotta go Dracula. I watch almost anything
You
Dracula.
know I love vampires. You know you are speaking to my soul right now.
The Netflix 2020 like miniseries I really enjoyed. I would definitely recommend
Yeah,
that
I
if
you
you
had
haven't.
mentioned that to me. I have to check that out because I've not seen it.
I thought that was pretty well done. I don't know Godzilla. Would you consider it a
100%.
horror? Right. So that I would say
Oh yeah,
Godzilla as well.
classic.
-1 was a phenomenal movie. I
I've
I
only
really
heard good
liked
things,
it.
I've not seen it yet, but I've heard it's phenomenal.
I mean, coming from a child watching, was it Matthew Broderick, right? The one-
Yes.
so, I was hooked from that point, but nice to see that it's evolved. So,
Yes.
any other or for you?
I mean, there are your classics out there. Like you gotta give props to Michael Myers. He's a machine. He
Hmm.
never goes down. I don't know how he does it.
Except for the
He's
last one. Spoiler.
except for the last one. And even like they're like the killers and the strangers you just said. For me, those are like iconic
Yeah.
villains because they have no moral compass. They have no motive or driving factor. They're just out for the evil of it all. And I
Yeah.
don't know, there's something really truly terrifying about that.
This is pretty fun. We got a little dose of candy, a little this, a little that. What do you
Little
think?
nostalgia.
So, we hope you have a happy Halloween. Do something
Be
fun.
safe.
Be
Have fun.
safe. Yeah, most importantly. Watch a horror movie or two. Watch some of the ones that we've covered. Let us know what you think. Let us know your take on Hocus Pocus. We'd love to know. We are at Pop and Posh Pod, and if you want to be interviewed, there's still time. You can get us at popcornandpossibilities@gmail.com. Anything
And
else?
as you're going through your trick or treat bags while you listen to us, drop us a comment. Let us know what's your favorite candy. What are you
Yeah.
enjoying this Halloween? And keep it
Yeah.
spooky. And as
Keep it
always,
spooky.
thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Bye.